Chris, and again, welcome to my basement gym. We're going to do a little stretch and relax today, so hopefully this will be a great way to start off your day or a wonderful day to polish off the end of your day, help reduce some stress, find yourself in a good frame of mind, so that way you're set up for a wonderful day. So let's start standing. Feet underneath our hips as we just come to a comfortable standing position. Today we'll be using our blocks and our straps. And again, like always, if you don't have a block or a strap, feel free to grab a towel, a couple pillows, maybe even a belt. That would help. Closet bar would be a handy thing to use instead of a yoga strap as well. So find what works for you. Come join me here. Take off your shoes if that feels comfy, and let's have some comfy clothes on. So let's start with our breathing. Inhale through our nose and exhale through our nose. Let that breath help sort of center and calm you. Make the belly raise and fall as we breathe. Bringing a little bit more calmness to our day. Start by pushing out all those external thoughts, all those to-do lists, work lists, challenges, people, life. Put that aside. With each breath, let all that tension go. Sometimes it helps just to visualize the pressing moment as an object, a piece of paper. Pick that up, put it aside. Let it know you'll pay attention to it later, but for now, this is our time. We want to unwind, de-stress, relax, stretch a bit, and try and find that inner calmness that sometimes can elude us. So deep breath in and exhale fully. In through the nose and exhale. Feel the shoulders fall away from your ears. Feel your facial muscles soften and relax. Let that tension creep out of your neck. If you feel like it, give your shoulders a little shake, a little shrug. Just shake off that tension. Let that softness just radiate out from our core. Inhale and exhale. Finding our center of balance. Let our weight be a little bit more in our heels than we are in our toes. Be centered, not heavy in our left leg or our right. Let's bring our chin back over our chest, ears over our shoulders. Let's take an inhale and sweeping our arms up overhead, lifting up, open up the chest to the ceiling, and floating the arms down. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift, taking in a lot of air. And exhale, floating our arms down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, floating our arms down. This time, let's add in a forward fold. Inhale, lifting. And as we exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. Allow the hands to come to the tops of our thighs. Bending our knees generously, let's round up 1 vertebrae at a time, taking our sweet time as we lift our chin last. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Hinging at our hip joint, let's fold over, hands high in our thighs. Drop the head, round up 1 vertebrae at a time, lifting our chin last. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Rounding up 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Let's inhale, lift. Hands coming together. Draw through the middle, bring the elbows close, and sweep up. Draw through the middle, bringing energy in, releasing what does not serve us, drawing in only good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Let's lift up 1 more time. Interlacing our fingertips together if we like as we press our hands to the right, hips gently to the left, elbows by our ears, sternum lifted, tailbone under, and changing sides. It's pushing our hips out to the right, reaching to our left. Inhale, center, and exhale, release. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press the hips out, arms reach open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come center. And exhale as we change sides. Pushing the hips out, tailbone tucked under, breathe. Inhale, center, and exhale as we release. Let's lace those fingertips behind us. Now again, if we cannot quite get our fingertips to interlace, we can make a fist, or feel free to grab that strap. I just want us to open up through our chest. And again, remember, we're not sticking our ribs out, we're pulling the ribs in under our shoulders and stitching the ribs to the hips. So that way the stretch is right through here. So again, you can interlace your fingers, you can grab your strap as I have done, and just think about reaching the hands a little further down our backside as we lift our sternum, not our rib cage, but our sternum up towards our nose, rolling the shoulders back and down. Breathe. Just let the blossom of tension happen right through our collarbones. And release. If you used your strap, let's just put it down for now. Let's round over and open. Round over and open. 2 more times. Round and open. 1 more. Round and open. Good. Let's lift the shoulders up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and let them fall down. 1 more time. Bring the shoulders up. Squeeze them together and then let them fall. Let's take our right knee up and over that imaginary box. 2 more times. Good. Changing sides now. Just lift the knee up and over that imaginary box. Again, it doesn't matter how far you bring that knee back. This is not a competition. Don't try and twist those hips around as much as possible. Keep the hips facing here. And just lift it up. Open the hips comfortable and put the foot down. You may find one side's a little easier than the other. That's okay. We can be tighter on one side than the other. Let's come back to our standing position. Feet underneath our hips as we do 1 more forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, let's just hang here for a little bit. If you can touch the floor, wonderful. If you cannot, that's okay. Allow your hands to rest on your shins. Allow the head to hang. Just shake the head side to side as if saying no. And nodding as if saying yes. Just release all the tension from your head. You may let the arms hang. They may rest in waterfall. You may rest your hands on your shins for a little bit of support, or even sneak over and use your block. Good. Soften our knees generously. Let's slowly walk our way up, rounding up one vertebrae at a time. Lifting our head last. Good. Let's grab our straps now. Using our straps for a little bit of shoulder mobility, because we can always use a little bit more mobility within our shoulders. So grab your straps comfortable distance apart. A good guess to start from is one hand is straight up and the other arm is out like a letter T, and then you just grab, and that's a great place to start. You can work out or work your way in depending on how comfortable that feels. Bringing the strap across our lap. Smooth action sweep, bringing the strap to the crown of our head, and then returning across our lap. We want to pay attention to how we rotate the shoulder back. It's not reaching out. Our shoulder blades roll back and down. We bring our shoulder blades together like we're holding that kindergarten pencil right between our shoulder blades. Good. One more. I lied, one more. Let's pause right here. We have tension on the strap. Our shoulder blades are rolled back and down. We're not hunched over like this. Let the sternum lift to the nose. Let the shoulder blades fall down away from our ears. Rotate the inside of your arms a little bit more forward towards me. You want to try and avoid having your bicep muscle facing me. Rotate. Show me your tricep. Show me the back side of your arm. And let that arm bone settle downward into your shoulder joint. Good. Now from here, what I want us to do is extend up and sink it down. Good. Again, lift and sink the shoulders down. Lift and sink the shoulders down. Let them fall like a rock. Lift and sink them down. Good. Can you come back a little further now? I find when I get a little bit more warmed up in my shoulder, I can bring that strap a little further back. So we're going to do one more time. 3. Bring that strap a little bit further back. Ooh, that feels wonderful. 2 more. It's the same grip, but we've woken up that muscle. We've got blood going to it now. And 1. Oh, there we go. Good job. Let's put our straps down. Let's come to the floor. Now, again, if you have a hard floor like I do, you can always make a wrinkle in your mat. I actually have 2 mats. So that's another way that you can get around having a hard floor to have your practice. So I'm going to come down right on our knees. And let's take our right leg out. We're going to do a little garden gait today. So I have my foot kind of halfway between, pointed directly towards me, or directly towards you, I should say, and out to the side. It's sort of that halfway in between. That feels very comfortable for my joints. You find what feels comfortable for you, but we're going to take a big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to come to a letter T. Now taking our right arm, round it under, and our left arm rounds over, reaching in opposite directions. Inhale, coming to a T. And as we exhale, tip that T over, stacking the shoulders. And now sweeping the arm by the ear. Lifting, separating the ribs. Good. Inhale and exhale, lifting out of our tipped over T and coming to the other side again. Wrapping your arms around that big ball. Now release the ball, coming to a T. Tip that T over, Lift through the ribs. And now extending the arm by the ear. Good. 2 more times. Sweep, lift up, and wrap around the ball. Back to a T, and tip. Lift the ribs, and then reach towards the opposite wall. It's our last time. To a T, and over. Good. Coming back to center. Let's bring our arms in. Stepping forward. What I have is a 90-degree bend in my knee. My knee is underneath my hip. And I'm flattening my foot onto the floor. What I'd like for us to do is gently push the bottom of that foot into the floor, putting a blossom of a stretch within our hip. Give that a try. Good, now relax that foot. Both hands come inside our big toe as we allow our knee to fall away. Notice I'm just going onto the outside edge of my foot. I'm not collapsing with my ankle joint. My ankle joint is stacked and straight. And then the knee comes back to the shoulder. Tip the knee away, and knee comes back to my shoulder. One more. Tip the knee away, and knee comes back to my shoulder. Let's deepen the stretch for our hips by lifting up our back foot and wiggling it out. So now we're into a deeper stretch for our hips. Let the breath help you sink the hip. Let the knee fall away from the shoulder. That helps deepen the hip stretch. Good. Walking our hands back and lifting up for our hamstring. Foot is flexed. Keep the knee soft so that we don't hyperextend, and hinging forward. Good. Let's lift. And one more time, come forward into a lunge. Hands may be here. They may be here. And one more time for our hamstring, the back of our legs, as we walk our fingertips back. Foot is flexed. And then hinging at our hip joint. Remembering that we don't want to take it into a rounding over the leg, but it's a hinge down at our hip joint. Get that pivot, get that fold. Good, come on up. Bringing our foot in as we change sides. So, coming into our garden gate again, let's bring our arms to a letter T. Good. Sweep the arm under, right arm over, reaching towards the left, and coming back to a T. And let's tip that T over. Stack the hands and now lift the rib cage as we bring our elbow by our ear. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And as we change sides. Come back to a T. And tip. Opening up the chest to the ceiling. Lifting out. Wrapping around that big ball. And release the ball. Tipping over and sweeping that elbow up by the ear. One more time. Wrap around that ball. Releasing that ball and tip our T. And extend. Good. Lifting out. Let's come into that stretch for our hips. Knee is stacked over the ankle. Hip is over the ankle. Gently pressing our right foot into the ground, Feel that blossom of a stretch develop within our hips. Let's release that tension, relax that foot, and bring in both hands inside the big toe. If you can't touch the floor, if it's just too much of a hinge, feel free to use your block. I can be right here to help you. And again, let's allow the knee to fall away from our shoulder and bring the knee back. Allowing the knee to fall away and bring it back one more time. Allowing the knee to fall away. Notice my ankle's still stacked and back together. And then one more time, let's lift our back toe, lift the knee and scooch back. Deepening our hip stretch. Let the breath go to your hips, allowing your hips to sink, allowing the knee to fall away. Good. Let's come into our hamstrings. We're going to walk our fingertips back, lifting up. Foot is flexed, soft knee, prevent hyperextension. And remember, hinging at our hip joints, let's fold over. Wonderful stretch in the back side of our leg. As we lift, I go one more time into a lunge. Hands may be here, or you may bring them down here. And walking our fingertips back. And hip hinge over for our hamstring. Good. Step our foot in, having a seat. Let's have our legs extended. Let's separate our toes. Can we separate those guys nice and wide? And now, point your big toes toward me, pulling your every other toe towards you, and then flip it. And then again, big toes down, toes, the rest of them are towards us, and then flip it around. Wiggle those guys out. Let's curl our toes under. Pull the arches in. And now pull the toes back and push the balls of the feet forward. And one more time. Curl them under. And then push the balls of the feet through. Good. If you ever have sore, tired feet, I highly suggest grabbing a golf ball, just having a seat in the chair, and then just put that golf ball right underneath your arch and just roll forward and back a little bit, and then side to side a little bit, and then move the ball around. Go forward, back, side to side. Your feet will love you. They don't get enough love. So take care of your feet. Your feet take care of you. Having the seat right here, we're going to work on our chest. We'll work on some hips. So I'm going to give you a side view, but feel free to stay here. What I'd like for us to do is legs extended, walk the hands back, the shoulders and the hands are stacked, and hollow out through the belly. Don't let the belly pooch out. We're going to pull that belly down. With soft elbows, we're going to push through the floor, opening up the chest to the ceiling. Try not to make it push so much that we're arcing into the low back. I want the low back just to be hollowed out. Really working on stretching through our shoulders. So pushing our hands to the floor, let's point those toes. Pushing our heels down into the floor. Let the heels be heavy. Good. And release. Shake it out. As we place our right ankle on top of our left knee. Coming back into that position, let's slide the foot in and rock side to side. Come as close as you comfortably can. If you can bring that foot in a little closer. Just rocking side to side. Soft elbows, hollow out through the belly. And release. Coming up, rounding, draping over the leg. And one more time, let's point the toes, soft elbows as we push through the ground, opening up through the chest. Bring the shoulder blades closer together, expanding through the collarbone, opening through the chest. Good. Relaxing. Now let's take the opposite leg, ankle on the knee. Bring that leg in and just gently rocking side to side. Foot is flexed to help protect the knee joint. And releasing. And then rounding over, no folding. We are draping our whole body across our thighs. Let the breath go to the tension within our low back. As we lift up, let's take ourselves all the way down. Bringing the knees to the chest, one at a time. You can wrap your hands underneath your knees or across as we gently cradle rock back and forth. Starting with the knees high up on the chest, and then allowing the knees to fall away. Now, let's draw the knees in and release. Good. Let's release our feet to the floor, rolling over onto our sides. If you'd like, grab a pillow or grab a block. Laying that block underneath your ear. As we come into book openings, bringing our knees up to the same height as our hip, and remembering that we want to have these knees touching that imaginary wall in front of us the whole time. Try not to open and bring that knee back. This knee should be directly on top of the other one. Our hip should be directly on top of our other one. Let's make a little sandwich with our hands. Now, let's inhale, reach the top fingers past the bottom one. Open up, pointing to our ceiling. Now from here, let's lead with the back of our shoulder as we open up our chest towards the sky. Double check our knees, because this is where that top knee will slide back. Keep them at the same height as we open up our chest. We don't want to feel this within our low back predominantly. We want this from the rib cage up, getting into that thoracic spine. Let the breath go to the tension. Sometimes I like to put my hand here to remind my knees to stay together, keeping our hips stacked. Let the breath go to the tension within our spine. Go ahead and make a little snow angel in mid-air. Let the back side of our shoulder get heavier, drawing ourselves into a deeper rotation. Using our breath to help release that tension. Again, hips are stacked, knees still stacked. And breathe. Make another little snow angel. And open. Beautiful book opening. Let's close that book as we prepare to change sides. I'm going to flip ends just so I don't give you my back side. That's just rude. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to use my block for my pillow. Stack my shoulders, stack my hips, and bring my knees up to the same height as my hips. Let's make our little hand sandwich. And inhale, reaching the fingertips past the top. Exhale as we point to the ceiling, and now leading with the back of our shoulder, not with our arm. Let the back of our shoulder become heavy as we open up. Double checking our knees, see my knees drifting away. Bring that knee back. If that means I unrotate a little bit, that's okay. We want to keep it out of our low back. This brings it into our low back. This keeps it into the upper portion of our spine, our thoracic. Breathe. Remind these guys, put fingertips here. Let the breath help you unwind. Think about your shoulder becoming heavier, drawing yourself deeper into your rotation. Let's make a little snow angel in the air here. Good. Inhale. And as we exhale, let that tension release. Keep the knees stacked. Keep the hips stacked. Allow the breath to help you unwind. One more little snow angel. And again, big breath. Wonderful job. Knees are still stacked, hips still stacked. Let's close our book opening. Good. Let's come on to our back sides. Separating our feet, let's turn our toes inward. This allows our knees to drift towards one another. As we come into a final relaxation here. Let's bring our arms up overhead, fingertips touching, elbows open as if in a diamond. I like to put my block right here. It just helps me with my diamond. Big breath in and exhale. Let's bring our hands by our sides. If having bent legs is comfortable, feel free to stay here. Maybe you'd like to lengthen out. Just let the breath build and exhale. Just let yourself melt into the floor. With each exhalation, allow that tension to release even more. Allow your facial muscles to soften, your belly muscles soften. Let that softness radiate out through your arms and legs. Feel free to stay here in a relaxation for just a little bit longer if you like. Maybe you have your own music playing at home. If you're ready, we'll bring our knees in. Cradle rocking side to side, starting with those knees high up on the chest and allowing our knees to fall away. And now bring the knees in and release. And if you'd like, rocking and rolling up. This was a wonderful day to polish off your evening. Or I hope this was a wonderful class to start your day. I think I'm having brain cramp myself right now. But wherever you are at in your day, I hope this was a wonderful way to start it or finish it. And I look forward to giving you another video next week. And until then, have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you.